baby. That's right. Live from downtown Denver on the corner of Colfax and York, right above the DNVR bar. We are coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge. What a time to be alive. We are, of course, driven by your local Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota. Let's go places.
Well done.
That's what we're doing. We are going places because it's the holiday season, and that means just football. Scoop it into my mouth.
Let's go.
Inject it into my veins.
It's time.
Yeah, I'll be in Italy for some of this, so we're investing in a VPN, and we're just...
Shout out to VPNs, actually.
We're just going to be on that grind. When you guys are sleeping and I'm awake, I'm just going to, like, put it on and be grinding tape.
So this means, when are you going to be watching the CFP in Italy?
Some of the CFP, not these Friday and Saturday games.
Okay, what time are those at?
The early games start at 10, 11 p.m. midnight, and the late games are in the middle of the night.
That's rough.
Yeah, it is rough. So it's going to be a bit of a crossroads of, do I decide to adjust? Do I just say, screw it, I'm watching football at night, and I'll see you guys at dinner time? We're going to figure it out, but...
Broncos game on Christmas, too.
Yeah, and that's the late one. So that starts at 2:15 a.m.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yep. But hey, we persevere. When you love ball, this is what happens for you. It's going to be glorious. Also, happy MLS Super Draft Day.
Happy MLS Super Draft Day.
The MLS 2026 Super Draft happens today. Jay, could you tell me what is the day today?
It's my dad's birthday.
Oh my gosh. Happy birthday to Mr. Schwan, man. Let's go.
It's the 18th. I don't know.
What year?
2025.
Crazy that the 26th Super Draft happening in December 25, huh?
What are we doing?
I know. It's a good time. Oh my God. So when you hear me mispronounce some names or like, what? Dre can't remember that left tackle's name. He doesn't remember that H-back's name. It's like, I've also been grinding Super Draft tape, and I'm on top of those names. So
at least you're on like the college football recruiting calendar where, we're just calling it 2026 already. Screw it.
That's exactly right. So just remember, you and I, we're not the same. If I miss a couple names, I'm in on Bill. The Rapids 2, their academy team, has a draft eligible player. That's right. That's right, Jake. I know. It's crazy stuff. It's great. So, Rapids with 4 first-round picks. I digress. We're not getting this. The draft pod is yes. So, we're going a little old school. We've done the draft pod a little differently, more team building at large topics, Broncos topics, NFL, stuff like that. This is just straight college, breaking down film, guys we're watching. You're watching games tomorrow night, Saturday, and I want you to know, who are we watching from a Broncos standpoint? What are the key matchups? What are we expecting from these teams? And have you set? Because the next couple of draft pods with me in Italy might be a little different. I think Christmas week, you'll get a pre-recorded mock draft fresh for you. So, the recaps on these won't be fast and dirty like they usually are, but we'll have you covered here. And then we'll be back starting, I think, on the 2nd of January. So, where do you want to start? Bama, OU, or Miami, Texas A&M? Those are the big matchups coming up this week.
Let's do the A&M game.
Okay. A&M, here we come.
Big news last night for this game.
Tell me, Jake.
Le'Veon Moss potentially making his return to the football field.
Yes, which is huge. He accepted a Senior Bowl invite, which is great. Can't wait to see what he does in Mobile, though it's never... The running backs are always kind of like...
It's not worth it.
They only show up until the game, sadly.
Good for them for going into the meetings and all that. But
But he's a guy we love. We really love Le'Veon Moss. He'd be a great Bronco. Questionable, but the fact that he could return could be massive for A&M in this one. And I'll get lines on this. I need to not be distracted with that. The big matchup is right tackle Francis Maiuaga for Miami against star edge rusher Cassius Howell for A&M. That's going to be a great matchup to watch. Two quarterbacks, very different. Carson Beck has been in college forever.
Yeah.
And Marcel Reed, on the other hand, really nice mobile college quarterback.
Yep.
We'll see about the NFL prospects. He's got a minute before we need to start thinking of that. And then we'll get into Casey Concepcion and stuff as well. But first, Jake, this came to me as I was driving in. A couple hypothetical scenarios for you. Because Draft Twitter going a little crazy over Ruben Bain's arm length.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
Yeah. Could be really, really short arms, under like 31 inches. And obviously, length is king for edge rushers, yes.
Yeah.
I love how he wins with leverage, low to the ground. But to have that length to keep guys away from you is also really key. And I mean, you know, one of my favorite Broncos, Elvis Dumervil, he was under 6 feet, but he had really long arms by comparison. So that's kind of become a conversation. And I'm here to ask you, if we overthink this thing and we start to talk up Ruben Bain dropping to the late first, even second round, because Dane Brugler is kind of what set this off. 6'2", 277, but 30 3/4 inch arms with 9 1/4 inch hands. So it'll be a very polarizing prospect, even though we've been talking him up all season because he's been an animal at Miami.
Yep.
So the hypothetical is one hypothetical Ruben Bain drops because of arm length and we overthink this. Hypothetical 2 is JFM sadly leaves the Broncos in free agency.
Yep.
And you need another down lineman. And JFM, similar in that 277 range, like a Ruben Bain. And obviously with that arm length, the conversation is, well, have him play more in a phone booth, have him play closer to the interior.
Right.
Would Ruben Bain in the late first be a consideration for you as a 3-tech, 5-tech hybrid? Or is that crazy talk?
I want to say yes, but that does sound a little crazy.
It does. It's crazy, right?
Yes.
He's literally the third shortest odds to be the first overall pick.
Exactly.
And we love him.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, his power profile is really incredible. And because he uses leverage so well, he's got that bendiness around the edge. Like he can just turn the corner like Spider-Man, like he's in the Matrix.
Do the Von Miller dip under the tackle and stuff.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. He's kind of just a bull in China shop type of way of playing the position. I mean, he clearly needs like some refining, and I don't know though. Like, shoot, man, can we do this at the combine? Why do we have to do this in December, talking about arm length and everything?
Because some franchises and fan bases, they're already thinking draft. Not us.
Yeah, suckers.
It's a fun combo, dude. It's a fun combo. And the more I look at this, the more I think the depth at corner, the depth at edge, late in that first round is going to be where a lot of value lies in this draft class.
Yeah, totally.
So even though it's not the Broncos' primary need, that might be a consideration. And also, if you lost JFM in free agency, all of a sudden that might be raised up higher on the need list, you know?
Totally.
And also, I mean, what happens with Dondre Tillman might be a thing. So
sure.
All things to consider. I do think the best fit for the Broncos in this game, this shouldn't come as a surprise, we've talked about him already plenty, is slot wide receiver, explosive wide out, Casey Concepcion for A&M. He is a little jitterbug, but he's got kind of a thicker, muscular frame. Like, I think he can break some tackles. We really like him, Jake, and you feel like he might be just what the doctor ordered for the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, I think he gives you what you need. You need someone that can get themselves open on the Broncos, and I think he can do that. I think he's someone who, of course, is going to have some developing to do, but he's the type of player that, like, Sean Payton would just be able to do insane stuff with him. Maybe a little bit redundant in terms of what is already on the roster, but I think you just need to upgrade overall at that position, which is why I don't care that he might take some Marvin Mims snaps or maybe some Troy Franklin snaps out of the slot or whatever. This is a guy who also has some really good return skills too. So again, kind of redundant like Marvin Mims, but I think you got to ask more out of Marvin Mims at some point. As good as he has been in spurts, it's obviously not consistent enough to warrant, being paid like a wide receiver 2, let alone wide receiver 3 at this point. So
yeah, and what the promise we saw from Mims at the end of last season hasn't really shown itself yet this season. And also, like, I see Michael Bandy catching a touchdown, and I think, gosh, what if you had the billionaires? There's the poor man's version, the rich man's version. Casey Concepcion, the billionaires version of the Bandy man on your team. That would be lots of fun. So you definitely want to dial in on that. It's a fun one, man. We've got Trey Zune at left tackle for A&M, and Chase Bizantis, one of the best left guards in the class. So that left side of the line for A&M's for real. Will Lee is a big, long corner that I think got a Senior Bowl invite. I think his tape was cleaner last year, but his upside's big time. Demetrius Crownover is the right tackle for A&M in this game. And Torian York's an intriguing linebacker for A&M as well. That's worth keeping an eye on. So there's a lot of prospects in this game. York, undersized, 5'10", but 227, and moves well. So I think this is a fun one. Let me pull up the line for this one. This one gets played on Saturday at 10 a.m. A&M 3-point favorite in this one.
I think I'm most excited for this game out of all the games this weekend.
I think I'm with you. Oklahoma, Alabama, fun. We saw it already.
Yeah. No, this is a matchup of two teams that I think could have been absolutely ranked higher. We all know the Miami situation with Notre Dame, just an absolute clown show. But Texas A&M, I mean, they didn't lose till the last game of the year. So I think that, there's a lot of athletes, a lot of draft prospects in this game. It's just going to be I kind of hesitated predicting this stuff because it usually doesn't end out how you see it. But I think this will be game of the weekend. I really love A&M's football team. And if you get Le'Veon Moss back, that guy is one of my favorite players in the country. Am I taking the cheese at -3, though? Because I do think that Carson Beck, in terms of the big game experience, how much football he's played in these type of situations matters so much.
That is an interesting point for sure. Yeah, and I mean, CJ Daniels is an underrated wide receiver with a 1,000-yard season for them, for Liberty in 2023, transferred to LSU, now at Miami. The other edge for Miami, Akeem Messidor, another guy to watch. Yeah, I'm with you on A&M. I don't know that that's cheese.
Okay.
Also, it's a true home game, right?
Yes.
So like the standard home 3 feels right.
I think, okay, so what happened last year? Last year, I think all 4 home teams ended up winning in this round.
Yes, I think you're right, which sounds about right to me. Okay, there you go. 1 game and 1 segment down. Good for us. Hell of a pace. So we're going to do all the other stuff, talk about other Broncos fits, the other playoff games, and so much more. Risers, declarations, Senior Bowl invitees, the whole shebang on the other side. Common Spirit Sports Medicine for all our athletes out there, weekend warriors, anyone who loves to move. For those experiencing any sports injuries or chronic pain, the Common Spirit Mountain region is home to an incredible sports medicine program, including their new sports center, Common Spirit Health in Parker. It's a team of qualified and passionate providers specializing in diagnosis, treatment, prevention of sports-related injuries for all athletes, including your Denver Broncos, which we love. Their experts understand the unique demands your body faces, so you'll get personalized treatment plans combining things like physical therapy, injury prevention strategies, and strength training. This isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's about preventative care, performance enhancement, and getting you back to peak condition safely and quickly. What's better than that? Don't let an injury keep you on the bench, or even better, get proactive about your health. For more information, visit mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. And also a shout out to Taco Bell. Taco Bell, exciting news. I think we're breaking it here. They have officially announced they're bringing back the quesarito. Of course, the quesarito, the iconic Taco Bell commercial when Nikola Jokic was the 41st pick of the NBA draft. Jokic himself, our king, has said he's never tried one before. So Taco Bell is rallying the troops, getting you all involved to get Big Yoke to try one and kind of finish this beautiful draft moment full circle. I know the Nuggets guys have some exciting stuff coming, and they're not just supporting the Nuggets. They're not just bringing back old classics, but of course, the Buff Boxes have sold out, but your local Colorado Taco Bell restaurants would love to hear from the fans, which is amazing. Which student athlete would you like to see featured on one of their collector cups for 2026? So put your comments in the chat and let us know who you think deserves to be featured next year. Buffs love the bell. Liv Moss at Taco Bell. Beautiful. Okay, now the Friday game. Bama at Oklahoma, 6 p.m. We saw this before. 2-point win for the Sooners. And the Sooners, again, 1-point favorites. And again, I think the featured matchup is against one of the best offensive tackles in this draft class, Caden Proctor, another guy who's all-world and is very high on my board, like Ruben Bain, but mixed opinions on him. And I don't know, maybe there's a chance that he could drop far enough for the Broncos to be in the mix.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That'd be incredible.
It's not going to happen.
It would be the most like Andreas Pete type pick when Sean Payton drafted Pete, an All-American left tackle at Stanford, and then it was just like an abundance at riches, and they put him at guard.
So one of my best friends was a Saints fan, so I've known about Sean Payton and his team building a long time.
Hell yeah.
I heard the most negative things I've ever heard about any player from him, and it was Andreas Pete.
Wow.
So that does not give me a good...
Well,
but
in some ways, he's getting similar like
Sure.
reviews. It's like big body, prototypical NFL type, but a smidge sloppy. You know, the big guys, as I've always said, they look a little sloppier too.
They really do. It's just that's just the nature of the position by any means necessary.
It really is.
Do you see him as a trade-up candidate potentially though? Like how far does he have to slip before you're like, all right, this is too much value?
Early 20s.
Okay.
Early 20s. Because, I mean, this really could be like your left guard for the next 2-3 years, and then he's McGlinchey or Bowles' predecessor, or someone that came before. Successor. Duh, this guy knows ball. Successor, for sure. And he's going against R. Mason Thomas, the undersized, explosive jitterbug edge for Oklahoma. This Oklahoma team really led on the defensive side. So they've got lots of guys. That entire linebacking unit is worth watching. They've got Keon Lewis, who I talked about in the past. Reminds me a little of Devin Bush. He's got the same kind of jersey swag as well. Owen Heineke's another linebacker for the Sooners to watch. And Sammy Omosigo. They're all,
good job.
I mean, is it though? They're all like draft eligible and guys to watch. There's Bama's 3 linebackers to watch as well with Deontay Lawson. Gosh, I had it here as well. There's a few teams. Georgia's the same way.
Yep.
It's a linebacker class that's intriguing. Yeah, so Bama has Nakai Hill-Green,
Oh, that's
who
my
you
guy.
know,
Yeah.
former Buff, Justin Jefferson, and Deontay Lawson.
Yeah.
So if you're Jose and you want the Broncos to take care of linebacker next offseason, this is the matchup for you with 3 guys on both of those teams who are worth observing, and some nice wide receivers, Jake.
Tons of options in this.
You don't go first-round wide receiver, you might be interested in both Jermaine Bernard
I love that. That dude is awesome, bro.
He checks off all the boxes.
I've never seen someone like as sturdy as him.
He's built like a running back. He's 6'1", 205.
It's awesome. I love watching him play on the perimeter, just getting the ball in his hands.
100%. He extends well from his frame, you know, like he uses all his size. He's always got good angles. He runs tough. I think he's competitive even as a blocker.
Yep.
And Isaiah Satagania the third.
Okay, Dre.
More of a like explosive, smaller wide receiver, 5'10", 182 for Oklahoma. He's really come along. 948 yards, 7 touchdowns on just 65 receptions. So more of a long bomb type kid in a slot type frame. And he's an Arkansas transfer. And he's returning as well. He has 23 punt returns for 301 yards. And at Arkansas, he had 500 kickoff yards as a freshman. So another guy that feels a little Sean Payton-y. A lot of talent in this game.
Yep, totally.
And including the 2 quarterbacks.
Oh, of course. I mean, John Mateer.
After that Michigan game, it was like, dang.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the hype that he had coming into this year was, people forget. I mean, we talked a lot about John Mateer going into the season. Then that's why I'm all over Oklahoma in this game, though, is because of him. I think that combined with how good they've been defensively, I think this is going to be the best we've seen Mateer since before that injury. But yeah, this is a big test. I mean, this matchup already happened early in the year. Kind of a grinded out game. I'm going to expect the same. So this is going to be a 1-possession game down to the end. Do we have a line?
1 point for Oklahoma. The other prospect I want to highlight, there's many more we could. Sure. Number 18 for Alabama, Bray Hubbard. He's a safety. Yep. He's just a junior, but he has 4 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, 6'2", 213. He plays as a single high. He's rangy, but he's also physical. That size, he uses it well to get into passing lanes and stuff. You know, obviously we all hope Brandon Jones can come back for the playoffs at some point. But I do wonder, maybe safety, especially a single high and having more depth. Like if that guy's staring you in the face in the top 100, late third, Bray Hubbard might be a really nice Broncos fit. Is Bernard the best Broncos fit in this game? Is it one of the linebackers? There's lots of options in this one.
I think Alabama's got 3 linebackers that can play. Yeah, why not?
And I like Deontay Lawson in coverage, but Bernard is really intriguing.
Yes.
It's like if we talked about that Brugler mock a couple podcasts ago and how like the top 6 wide receivers had all gone before the Broncos pick. If that's the kind of scenario that unfolds, Bernard might be one of those guys that's still around in the 50s or so, and you move up in the second to go get him, you know. He checks off a lot of boxes. He's getting less hype because maybe he doesn't have that 4.3, 4.4 speed.
Right.
But I think he's probably a low 4.5 guy that maximizes that 4.5 to the best of his ability, has size, good hands, good route running. So yeah. Then we'll fly through Tulane, Ole Miss. Not a ton of prospects, comparatively speaking, in this one, but you do have, you know, K'Wan Lacey, the running back for Ole Miss, is a guy I'll be watching. Chambliss will be a fun conversation in a year, I think. And then Ole Miss has one of the best defensive tackles in the country in Xavier Harris, who, you know, again, maybe that's where you go with depth, is a guy like Xavier Harris. And then Tulane, it's a fun story. Shadir Hurst, their guard, is their best prospect. Jake
Retzoff.
Right. He's going to get some looks. But yeah, I think that's kind of the main guys for Tulane.
What's the line on this one?
This is the Saturday game at 1:30, Ole Miss 17.5. Both teams without their head coach.
Do you have any thoughts on these matchups as a overarching college football fan in terms of the G5 and all that?
I hope they show up so that we can not say we need to eliminate the G5 from it, but I'm worried about that.
It won't happen, but I think that it'd be nice though to get a good performance from one of these teams, just to
Big time.
I don't know, add some excitement. I mean, I know it's like the topic of conversation right now is, how competitive is the playoff? How do these tournaments need to work? I mean, Joe Klatt got himself in trouble with a pretty hot take. I don't know if you saw that.
I don't.
That's
Tell
crazy. He said that
I've been busy.
March Madness is the worst tournament in sports.
Oh yeah, that is nuts. That is crazy.
But we need one of these guys to show up. And,
yeah, we do.
I think that Tulane against Ole Miss almost just has had so much going on that I think it's just natural to wonder, like, how locked in are you? How much? But then Tulane, on the other hand, was Summerall.
Same thing. Yeah.
So it's a fascinating. We're just in a weird time of the sport.
Yeah, we sure are.
I will take Tulane plus 17.5, kind of for the vibes, but also just I do think that it's Lane Kiffin kind of just took a lot of the coaching staff, and there's more distractions there than I think at Tulane at this point.
Yeah. Fair enough. Sam Howard, a nice linebacker for Tulane, who's racked up 8.5 tackles for a loss. He's 6'2", 220. Maybe later in the draft. Should we do this one on the other side, Dion? Yeah. Okay. We'll get into the last Saturday matchup with JMU Oregon on the other side, and then there's all the other news we want to catch up on. And I see you in the Toyota chat. Leave us a thumbs up. Legends, we salute you. But again, lots to talk about. But first, Dick's Sporting Goods, man. Wow, we were just out at Dick's in Park Meadows doing an amazing live show with Big Dion on the ones and twos, and then an incredible event with Big Brothers Big Sisters with Justin Sternod there giving away gift cards to Littles from Big Brothers Big Sisters. It was amazing. They have so much gear. I came out of there with just one Nuggets hat. I was so proud of myself. But they've got it all, man. Nike, Adidas, they had Mitchell and Ness gear. Obviously, all your fan gear. We had some athletes there, like Littles who play sports. They had all the sports gear. They have great winter gear. They've got you covered on all fronts, including DNVR gear. I saw a lot of people looking at DNVR stuff, asking me for sizes and stuff. And you can shop at Dick's. Just get in on the 12 days of gift mist going on right now. Link in the description, link on the website. So you can get a $50 giveaway and be eligible. Just go to ddnvr.com/giftsmas. Get your gear fast with free curbside pickup at your nearest store for easy shipping from Dicks.com, because every season starts at Dick's. And also Ent Credit Union. The perks are just getting crazy at Ent Credit Union. You've heard us talk about them giving away Broncos checking product and all the awesome perks it comes with, like game day discounts at Mile High, the chance to win Broncos tickets, and exclusive merch. Well, now they're piling on to that, adding to the fun, because for those who are interested in signing up, they're giving you $200. $200 will be dropped right into your account after meeting just a few easy requirements, and the debit cards that come with it, fire. You can rock the Broncos branded one, the Bo Nix, or the Pat Surtain in the graphic in my hand with the old school throwback look. It's beautiful. You flash that at the DNVR bar. You're a true baller. So with the playoffs push heating up, now it's time to lock it down. The perks, the card, the $200. If you're ready to bank like a Bronco, head over to ent.com/DNVR to learn more. Insured by NCUA, membership required, account requires associated. Ent Broncos debit card requires a $100 deposit and activation of the debit card within 30 days of account opening. All right, we're back. First off, circling back, because there's another Oklahoma linebacker I didn't mention, Kendal Daniels.
Yeah.
This guy was a safety at Oklahoma State.
Mm-hmm.
He transfers to Oklahoma, and he's had a nice season, 9 TFLs. You're like, I'm sure you just heard me say converted safety, playing linebacker. You're thinking, Dre, what is he? 6'1", 218? No, my brother. 6'5", 240. 6'5", 240?
Different.
Are you kidding me? Used to play safety. Sign me up. He had like late round hype coming into the season, has risen up to third, fourth round hype. Would be a fantastic Bronco. Quality special teamer written all over him, and would be a really intriguing developmental piece on the back seven, I think.
I mean, that's just clearly rare size for that position. I mean, that's usually the biggest issue every time we talk about these converted safeties and stuff. So he had a 100 tackle season at Oklahoma State. He's had 31 and a half career TFLs.
Crazy. Lives in the backfield.
Yeah, the production's amazing. He's played in 53 career games, so a lot of tread on the tires to this point.
Yep.
But totally. I mean, at 240, 6'5", 240, I don't know how he doesn't go high-end day 3 at the worst.
It's the NFL, man. We always talk about it. It's like a big man's league. So
exactly.
We're going to value this guy higher than maybe the consensus is right now.
Yes.
I mean, shoot, if our Mason Thomas, their star edge rusher, was that size, we'd be talking about him in the top 10 right now.
Totally.
Okay, let's get to Oregon JMU, the other Saturday game. That's 7:30 Eastern on Saturday. Oregon prospects all over. Interior defensive line, Amari Washington, Bear Alexander. The two edges, Mateo Ukulele being one of those. The offensive line, especially the left side, Emmanuel Prignon, Isaiah World, who accepted a combine invite. Let's talk safeties again, because Dylan Thieneman is probably being slept on right now and would be a really nice piece. Bryce Botcher is a nice one as well. Remember when last year we thought Evan Stewart was going to be a first-round wide receiver? He just hasn't done much, but he's still roaming around. Their two running backs, Noah Whittington and obviously Kenyon Sadiq, who I think is the consensus ideal Broncos fit in this one.
Evan Stewart was hurt though, I think, but I think he's back practicing actually ahead of this game.
But I'm just saying, his stock has fallen to where you might be able to get him in the high fourth round.
Totally.
I don't think him and Bo have any overlap. I think he transferred from A&M and came to Oregon when Dylan Gabriel was starting. Yep. So I don't think there's any overlap or connection there beyond them going to the same school. But Oregon, as much NFL talent as any team in the country. And then you've got Dante Moore, right, who's right there with Ty Simpson and Fernando Mendoza as the favorite to be the top quarterback taken. JMU, 21-point underdogs. It's tough going from Virginia to Oregon. Oregon getting not just this week off to prep, getting championship week off to prep as well. But I want to highlight Wayne Knight from JMU, the do-it-all running back of theirs. He's only a junior. He's got some Cam Scatteraboo to him where like he just relishes contact and he's good in the receiving game. He's a physical runner. He does stuff in the return game as well. They're an intriguing team. They've kind of done it by committee in a lot of ways. And then worth highlighting Nick DiGennaro as a kind of late round wide receiver to watch. He's 6'1", 196, a Richmond transfer who's played pretty well for them this season and has some NFL traits.
No, man, where to start with this? I think JMU's got some guys defensively, but offensively they're not going to be able to hang with Oregon. This could... Do you think this is like the ugliest game of the weekend, potentially?
Probably. Does Oregon have it in them to take care of business and take home the 21-point spread? They were doing that earlier in the season. Then it was some tighter games, Wisconsin, Iowa.
Indiana.
They did smoke Minnesota. Probably let USC hang around a little more than they should have. Washington was a 12-point game. So, yeah, I wonder. But, yeah, this is probably don't be a sucker. Just lay the points.
I mean, it's the talent defensively that has to be the difference for Oregon. Just that them going up against that offense, like, shoot, man, they might score. You know what I mean?
Yeah, truly.
This is probably the biggest mismatch of the weekend, unfortunately. Credit to JMU, though. For a program to like ascend to these heights in 4 or 5 years.
It's
I
crazy.
moved here and it was their first year in FBS, and it was like story of the year. Them going. I mean, obviously they had Signetti and all this stuff back then, but like, what a program. So
JMU also worth mentioning. Their coach going to UCLA. So
he's been working with them as well, though,
right,
too. Yeah.
right. So he's staying, but how much is that hanging over their heads and stuff? Tough one. You can bring the bracket back up for us, Dion, because we're going to talk about the top 4 teams. Dealer's choice, where you want to start. Your favorites, the Red Raiders?
Sure. Talk about it.
David Bailey and Romello Height, their 2 star edge rushers, have both accepted the Senior Bowl invites.
Hell yeah.
Lee Hunter, a defensive tackle to watch. He's massive. Would be a really nice nose tackle on this team if, I don't know, in a month or so with some playoff football, we start to become more concerned with the run defense. That's a guy you might want to consider. Jacob Rodriguez rules. Terrence Carter Jr. is a nice undersized move tight end for him.
The other linebacker, too. The one who went crazy in the Big 12 title game. I can't remember his name right now.
Do I have him on my list here? No. I think he's an underclassman, honestly.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. And then they've got some wide receivers to keep an eye on. Reggie Vigil. They like to stretch like the field vertically. Caleb Douglas, you know. We talked about kind of their chances, but lots of guys. Do you have an ideal Broncos fit on this team?
I mean, it has to be Jacob Rodriguez, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Has to be.
Yes.
As much as I'd love to get any of those defensive linemen on this football team, I think that what you've seen from Jacob Rodriguez is like potential like NFL captain type stuff on defense. So
not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a guy who I'm really becoming more and more high on. Just a pure ball player.
117 tackles this year.
Well, and I think he's the only guy in the country that's like top 20 in TFLs and pass deflections.
He leads the conference in solo tackles.
Yeah.
He's an animal.
He's crazy. His instincts are off the charts. Georgia, obviously CJ Allen, another one of those squads with a ton of linebackers to watch. And CJ Allen's really risen up. If he was around, he's kind of the guy that most commonly we mock to the Broncos. Monroe Freeling, their left tackle, who's really rising up. And a favorite of mine who I've been high on since he was a freshman, Zachariah Branch.
Yep.
Their returner, route runner. I was seeing he has like insane yak stats.
Yeah.
Like some of the best in like college football history. Dylan Everett is a nice cornerback who's played well for them in big games, long arms.
Oh, yes.
Really good ball skills. And Christian Miller, their down lineman, might be like their most highly touted prospect in some ways. And then they've got the 2 tight ends, right? Delp, Lawson Lucky, Ernest Green III, their left tackle who I was high on a couple years ago. He's still floating around. Not their left tackle. He's playing somewhere else because Freeling is playing over there. But is it just obvious the best Broncos fit is CJ Allen here?
For sure. I mean, I'll throw out Dalen Everett, too. I mean, he's played a lot of good football over the years. He's just, ever since he showed up at Georgia, he's just played in games. He's played in 54 career games.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 5 interceptions, 17 passes broken up in his career. So I think if you have questions about Riley Moss, potentially cornerback depth, maybe you look at it. I mean, this is George Payton we're talking about, too. I don't think that they get out of this draft ignoring cornerback. So
Everett's a really interesting one. Like, where will he ultimately end up in a pretty loaded cornerback class? Because, again, like I was talking with Hubbard of Alabama, he's a guy who late third, fourth could still be floating around. And there it might be just like, the value's too good to pass on.
And I feel like this happens to a lot of Georgia players, especially in that secondary, too. They kind of become later round picks, or they have these guys just last in the NFL. Who's the on the Rams? Jeez, was a first round pick.
Can you give me a position?
Corner. He's stuck around, hasn't he?
You know who I was thinking when you brought this up was Kamari Lassiter.
Yeah, him too.
The corner who I was really high on, and he's been an absolute animal for that Texans defense. Him and Stingley have become quite the incredible pairing. I'm trying to look at. Are you thinking Emmanuel Forbes, who they picked up? I'm going to move on to Ohio State as you look through
Darian
that.
Kendrick.
Oh, yeah. Darian Kendrick. Yep. I mean, Stokes has had a decent career. Like, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
Trayvon Walker is quietly like making some noise with the Jags. He's gonna, be a nice test for the Broncos this Sunday. Buckeyes probably most talented team in the nation.
Yep.
It's gonna be interesting who the best Broncos fit is for you with Carnell Tate versus Sonny Styles.
I mean,
I know. Styles, the converted safety at linebacker, he's been unbelievable. Was great in the Big Ten championship. And Carnell Tate, just the perfect wide receiver one. I guess Tate, they're never even going to sniff him. So
that's true. Yeah. I mean, it has to be, I guess, dream would be Carnell Tate.
Yeah.
I think he's super complete.
Same. Yeah. I guess I'm realizing we never even talked Jaren Kanak when we talked Oklahoma, the converted linebacker tight end.
Tight end. He's fun to watch too.
He's fun. He's so physical. I wonder if he's more of a fullback in the NFL.
But he's got some like athleticism to him.
No,
like,
he does.
He's moving out there in space.
He does. He just, I don't know, does he have the length to be an inline guy is my question.
Sure.
But yeah, Sonny Styles, Carnell Tate, can't go wrong with them. Caden McDonald, one of the best defensive down linemen in the entire class. Obviously, you have Caleb Downs, Arvell Reese.
Yep.
They've got a great rotation at edge with Kenyatta Jackson and Caden Curry, who have put up great stats. Austin Searvold, the left tackle, I think will go higher than people expect. Max Clear, the tight end's a guy we've talked about on this show. David Igbonason, the really long corner opposite Jermaine Matthews Jr. Both those guys are prospects. I mean, they're just loaded. But yeah, you should be watching Sonny Styles at all times as a Broncos fan, I think.
Totally.
And Max Clear and these wide receivers, I mean, you watch them all. The O-line, the D-line, everyone. Let's close it out with Indiana. This is a fun best Broncos fit team. Obviously, we're all watching Mendoza. He's fun. Carter Smith, the left tackle, is fun. Those wide receivers, though, and those DBs, D'Angelo Pons, Amari Farrell, really versatile, can play in the slot, can play some safety, in the right scheme, can play outside. And Aiden Fisher, one of the more underrated linebackers in the country as well. So I know you really like Surratt and Omar Cooper Jr., though.
Those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
But I will say, I mean, just watching Indiana, Amari Farrell's just, the safety, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch, and he's all over the field making plays. And again, I don't know. It depends how you feel, I guess, about the safety room, but I think that there's just too many resources that have been kind of poured into that, especially with Jedi Barron, too. Like, where does he end up, in a couple of years? Like, is he at safety? I don't know. I don't think that. Would you be surprised at all if you saw them take safety? I think I would be pretty high.
Pretty high, I don't know, but in the borderline top 100 and addressing it early on day 3, yeah, totally. I mean, I think that's the George Payton way, honestly. And Farrell, I've been surprised he's not getting more hype because he's 6'2", 200 pounds. Anytime I watch Indiana, he impresses me. He's got 4 interceptions on the
7
season.
Passes broken up too. He's around the football.
Right. And Pons is great, but he's just undersized, 5'9", 170. I think it's harder for me to see that fit. And Cooper and Mendoza really have the back shoulder fade down.
Yeah.
And Surratt, I think, is more maybe a smidge of the poor man's Bernard at Alabama, as we were talking about.
He's kind of got some like Pat Bryant to him, where it's like kind of does a lot well, and it's not like super flashy.
100%. So we'll give you our best Broncos fits on the other side. And then there's a lot of news, declarations, the whole shebang to get into. But first, Toyota. You guys know about Toyota, an incredible partner, sponsoring the chat, sponsoring the studio. They were at our Broncos tailgate, and we were piling in our DNVR branded Tacoma for the food drive, which was an amazing event. Giving back to our communities, just been fantastic. during this holiday season. Thank you so much for Toyota to be part of that and to be part of our tailgates and part of so much of what we do. They're just incredible. And they're also an incredible car. You might see our branded Toyota around town. You might see members of the DNVR crew just driving their Toyotas, because anyone who drives a Toyota at DNVR swears by it. Their reliability, their customer service, it's all fantastic. They're the perfect Colorado car. Trucks, SUVs, all-wheel, four-wheel. They've got you covered on all fronts. So if you are in the market for a new vehicle, I urge you to visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota, an official automotive partner of the NFL and the official vehicle of DNVR. Toyota, let's go places. And a shout out to our friends at Bet365, the official betting partner of DNVR, the only place you can sign up right now using our code DNVR365 and get all their latest sign-up offers. Minimum deposit $5, win, lose, or draw. As soon as that first $5 bet is won, bang, $150 in bonus bets for you to play with. Play some parlays, play some futures. Let's take the Broncos to go all the way. Right now, they've got first overall pick odds for us. Fernando Mendoza minus 175 in front of Dante Moore plus 300. Ruben Bain plus 650. Don't think that's happening. Ty Simpson plus 1600. Arvell Reese plus 1800. And Keldrick Falk plus 3300. Intriguing. The only place you can find our custom bets with our beautiful logo on their front page too. Breaking news from Bet365 now. Customers now get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5 win or lose. Sign up. Use the code DNVR365. $10 deposit and place a bet for $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on spread, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 plus, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you, someone you know, as a gambling problem wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. TNCs apply. All right, we are back. Toyota chat in full effect from the Toyota Lounge. Thank you, Pissed Off Yoke 7056, calling us the goats of DNVR. And we can get to Derek A. DeLucas 2624 saying, hold up, I'd like to see your comments on this. CBS has Bo ranked as the 18th best quarterback in the league this season, above Tyler Shuck and Jackson Dart. That's an effing crime. So he's being silly. He's having a good time.
Look, there's so many people out there who still just don't get
the
it.
National, not believers at all.
It's insane to me. And I think last weekend is going to change. It has changed a lot of minds to this point, clearly. Best game of his career. But we'll let them, keep singing that tune.
Yeah,
we'll see you in the playoffs.
Keep sleeping. I'm just saying, all these national analysts, they're not as qualified as Sean Payton, who in the tough moments has zero fear to put the ball in Bo's hands. And yeah, the Shuck. I'm in Shuck watching what he's doing. I believed in him in 2022 when he was starting to show promise at Oregon.
I believed in him in 2018.
I know. My belief fell off, and it's crazy to see him doing what he's doing. Even if this is just his Will Levis era, remember Will Levis, that 3-game stretch he had as a rookie?
Sure.
It's been fun. Also, Kelvin Banks, the left tackle for them, so underrated. He's been unbelievable
awesome.
Rookie season.
I loved him coming out last year.
Yep.
Super complete.
Do you want to give a final best fit for the Broncos from Indiana?
From Indiana,
is it Farrell?
I like him a lot. I really like these wide receivers too. And then I like Fisher. I mean, you can't go wrong with either of those.
I know. I agree. What if I told you Riley Nokowski, their little fullback tight end, he is a brick shit house, 6'2", 243. My dad would always say, like, you'd be quicker to jump over him than to go around him. He's just built like a square. But he's a nice little weapon for them in the backfield. 316
He's got some production.
Receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. As a UDFA, maybe, put him on the Broncos.
The Bama guy a couple of years ago that we were talking about like that.
The massive 270 Robbie Outs, something like that.
Yes. Little bit different, but like, look, Sean, and I mean, this is a bit of a tangent, but like, do you remember like James Devlin and like all these like fullbacks back in like Sean Payton's the perfect type of coach to get the most out of those types of guys. If you draft one of them, I'd be so excited.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, you're seeing what he's doing with Prentice right now.
Yes, 100%. And I think, find your Kyle Juszczyk and you can take this.
Exactly.
You can do some fun stuff on this offense. For sure. Natty pick after we ran through all that.
Yeah, let's go.
Ohio State plus 200, Indiana plus 275, Georgia plus 550, Oregon plus 800, Texas Tech plus 850. And then everyone's over plus 1,800 with A&M at plus 1,800. All those odds at Bet365, of course.
I mean, just from those odds, I really like Georgia. The combination of juice, and I think you could be getting the best football team in the country with that pick. What do you think?
Just not a believer in their quarterback. I'm gonna go chalk with Ohio State.
Well, okay, I'm kind of the same too.
I need to parlay it with something. I guess that's greedy because plus 200 isn't the worst odds. But yeah, I think they'll roll, man. Their talent's just head and shoulders above everyone else.
Ohio State?
Yeah.
Do you think Sayin is the guy to get it done?
I think he's got enough with Tate and Jeremiah Smith and that O-line. Their running game needs to be more reliable, but whatever. I'd say the same about Indiana and Texas Tech and Georgia and Oregon.
I just think I'd take some of those defenses against Sayin. Like, I don't know if we'll ever see it, but like if Texas Tech had a chance to go against him.
Georgia, Ohio State might be, is that a potential natty matchup?
Can we get the bracket real quick?
That'd be intriguing. That'd be intriguing for sure. No, that'd be the national semi. I think who comes out of that's probably your champion.
I could see that. I mean, I really like Texas A&M and Miami. That game, I think, is if anyone's gonna spoil this bracket, it's gonna be from that game. I think maybe the winner of OU Bama, but I just like Georgia's just been there and done that. Like I said about Carson Beck earlier in that A&M game, like he's just kind of been there. Like I love A&M a lot, but would it surprise me at all if all of a sudden Carson Beck and Miami are up 28-17 with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter and they've just looked like the cleaner team? No, because he's done so much of this. Right. And that's kind of how I feel about Georgia's defense and a lot of Gunnar Stockton in general too. Like he's just kind of been there, man.
Yeah, that's true. He's a tough guy. Let's go to some news on draft declarations. And we've got some big names. I really like seeing a couple Arizona State guys come up. Here we have a Jordan Reed tweet with Keldrick Falk. Gabe Jackas is a guy I want to talk about because if you're talking about a JFM replacement, I've been talking about him for like 3 years since that Illinois had that great season and Johnny Newton went in the first round.
Yeah.
He's a 270-pound edge. He had 6.5 TFLs in the final 4 games of the season, 2 of which against Northwestern, and their highly touted left tackle, who's like a top 20, he's 20th on Fran Duffy's board, Caleb Tiernan. In fairness, one is a pure like pursuit sack, like running the quarterback down to the sideline. 13.5 TFLs, 11 sacks in the Big Ten. He's got double-digit TFLs for 2 years running. He's 270 pounds, would be a perfect JFM replacement.
Love it.
And there's just a lot, like cornerback, there's a lot of guys in that 20 to 50 range who are going to be staring you in the face as a BPA. Zion Young from Missouri on the edge. He accepted a Senior Bowl invite. He'll be in that mix. R. Mason Thomas. Now, I don't think he's a good Broncos fit because he's too undersized, and you have that in Benito. Gabe Jacas gives me big, like, Jonathan Cooper vibes.
Sign me up with that.
Jermon McCoy declared. He's another top-end corner. Avion Terrell declared. Keith Abney from Arizona State declared. TJ Parker and Peter Woods from Clemson declared. Zane Durant's a nice defensive tackle from Penn State. He's declared. Maiuaga Olaviane, the left guard from Penn State, who we've talked about. The two running backs from Notre Dame, Caleb Lomu, Caleb Banks, the big defensive tackle for Florida. And then Raleek Brown, your guy with Emmett Johnson. Both those running backs, really intriguing, both declared. So we're starting to get these trickling in, and I am intrigued by many of them and could see nice Broncos fits.
This is what happens when you have a team in championship contention. You feel like, just one or two guys here and there, and
I know
all of a sudden, but you have 7 picks, and you can continue to add and build to this team. I'm hyped, man. I feel like this draft is lining up really well with where the Broncos are at too.
Yeah, it's a weird draft, but I think it's lining up nicely for the Broncos for sure. The other note I had, I've been intrigued to say Trevor Gooseby, the left tackle for Texas, who, he's long, he's the perfect on the field left tackle type. And we weren't talking about him much because a little sloppy to start the season. Obviously, he was on the bench behind Banks last year. He had a phenomenal performance in that upset of Texas A&M against Cassius Howell. And he's jumping up boards, and all of a sudden, the pure left tackles, the Georgia guy we talked about, Fleming Monroe, Caden Proctor's in there, Caleb Lomu, the left tackle from Utah, who's more a Skoronski, Rashawn Slater, compact frame, not long, but he can play it. I think these guys are all slowly but surely going to be rising up boards. I saw Shelton, right, the left tackle for Penn State. He got an invite to the Senior Bowl that he accepted. So slowly but surely, we're starting to get some of these guys kind of rising up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Gooseby played really well against Howell. And you see this all the time, kind of this time of year, and it sucks for them that they didn't get in the playoff, because I think that Gooseby, it's like that type of player is born to just like explode in the playoff, and all of a sudden he's going in the first round. So who do they play, Texas? In their bowl game or whatever?
I don't know, but I
think
like
they play Michigan, actually.
A guy like that probably doesn't even play, right?
Do you think he's at that level
yet?
It's
hard for me to preview the bowl games because I'm like, all the guys we want to talk about are almost certainly not playing.
Totally. I mean, I get you. It's such a strange time where we are in this sport right now.
Yeah, and I love bowl season, but it has kind of put a damper on my ability to enjoy it from a draft standpoint. So, well, that was a fun one. We talked about a lot of stuff. And yeah, can't wait for this Broncos Jags game.
Yep.
Jags O-line, really intriguing. They're one of the best in pass pro, top 5 I was seeing. Really no blue chippers. So I wonder how much of that's just Trevor Lawrence avoiding sacks and how much of that's good O-line play. But like when I watch them, they seem really in unison. Like they're creating a really nice pocket for T-Law. So I'm intrigued to see if that's smoke and mirrors and the Broncos pass rush can get after it, or if they've actually found some stuff there. And yeah, I can't wait for the college football playoffs. I can't wait for NFL football in December. It's been so good. So good. This AFC playoff picture is lit. So thank you all for tuning in. Leave us a thumbs up on the way out. Love you so much. Happy holidays. We'll see you next week with the mock. Until then, we mile high salute you.
We all silly like the mayor.